Hello, everyone. This is the Mgtow Cowboy coming at you guys again. The Mgtow Cowboy here. I wanted to make another video, and I want to title this video something like Men's Biggest Disadvantage is the Way We Think. I was pondering all of the ways that women have certain advantages in society over men. Likewise, I was thinking about certain advantages that men have over women. And I was analyzing and comparing the two. And I wanted to talk about the advantages that women have over men. Because I think that men are aware of some of them, but we're not aware of all of them. To start, I would say that I think the reason why men are not aware of all the advantages that women have is because, frankly, I don't actually know. I find it amazing that some of this is still not common knowledge. I have a pet theory though that part of the reason why is because some of this information is some of this psychology, some of this information is purposely concealed from men, especially young men, by their mothers, by all the women in their society, but also, unfortunately, by the men, by the simps. How many fathers who are husbands don't tell their sons, "Hey, son, when and if you ever get married, you're entering into a contractual agreement with the woman, and she's going to have all kinds of powers over you." How often is that played up? It's not. It's not. It's you're sold the Disney version of you're a frog and she's a princess and she's going to kiss you. You turn into a prince, and then you marry her, and then you take care of her, and but you're not told about divorce court, and you're not told about caseworkers and how they bust out a calculator and they see how much you make and they what percentage you're going to be paying and how much the court skims off the top. You're not told about any of that stuff. So anyway, or I guess that's a good way to segue into what are the advantages that women have in our society, and they are many. Of course, we know as Mgtow, and thank goodness this information is being more widely disseminated, and it's becoming mainstreamed. It's becoming better understood by most men that women have the law on their side, right? If something goes down, they can call the police, right? If something goes down, the marriage goes sideways, they can get a lawyer. In fact, if I remember correctly, I think it's the man who has to pay for the divorce lawyer of his divorcing wife, even if it's the wife who, well, it doesn't matter if it's the wife who files for divorce or the man. Isn't that weird that you have to pay her bills? You have to pay for her lawyer. I don't think it's the other way around. I don't think it's the other way around. If it doesn't matter who files. Under no circumstance does the woman ever have to pay for the divorce lawyer, the lawyer for the man. But anyway, side note. So yeah, men understand that women have the law on their side. The courts, the police, the government, right? I think also men understand that the society is on the side of the woman. What do I mean when I say that? When I say the society, I mean the culture, the cultural values. I went to a Catholic grammar school, and I remember even then being taught, boys on one side, girls on another, girls first, right? Women and children first. Oh, and you never hit a girl, right? You never hit a girl. Think about that. Why would you? What do you mean you never hit a girl? What if a girl hits you first? Well, you never hit a girl. It's like you just stand there and just take the beating. What if a woman picks up a weapon? What if a woman were to pick up a gun and shoot at you? Are you not supposed to pick up a gun and defend yourself? That's how you can. I think that's a very appropriate way to judge a rule like that or a cultural value like that. Take it to its extremes. And if it doesn't fit in the extremes, it probably doesn't fit anywhere in the middle either. So even the culture, of course, is against us, right? I mean, they're literally saying in pretty much all social transactions, you must just give the woman, extra space. You have to just. I mean, there are essentially so many laws now, and codified laws written into law, rules written into law, and also social rules, cultural values that govern just the basic transaction between a man and a woman, and they are all pretty much set up to disadvantage the male. But there's another one I wanted to talk about that I think is not spoken about as much. It's not thought about as much. And it is essentially I don't even know what to call it. I would call it a state of mind. It's I don't even know what to call it. It's essentially your value system. It's your state of mind. Or another term I would use is I would bring up the term game theory. Women are taught, or maybe I think I don't even know. I think they're taught game theory from a very early age. But men are not taught game theory, even though game theory exists. As a man, you're not really taught game theory. You have to learn it on your own. Well, what is game theory? Game theory is this idea that it's an all or some game. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a pizza. Let's say there's a nice extra large pizza, 16-inch pizza, whatever, all cheese. And it just came out of the oven, fresh out of the oven. It's a cold winter's day. You could see the steam rising. It looks great. It smells great. Well, women are taught game theory. The game theory is you get as much of that pie as possible, right? Everyone wants a piece of the pie. The women are taught from a very young age, take as much as you can for yourself. Men, on the other hand, are taught, don't do that. Share. Be nice. Share with the girls. So if you have, I don't know, I don't know how else to liken it. Let's say you have two basketball teams, right? Team A and Team B. Team A are the girls. Team B are the boys. And Team B is purposely taught, don't feel free to throw the ball back to the other team once in a while. When you get the ball, don't just try to score every time. Every third or fourth time, just throw it back to them. Don't be cutthroat with them. But Team A is told never throw it back. Take every advantage. Never share. Never give back. Well, what's going to happen? Team A is going to have this natural built-in advantage where they're going to end up scoring more because they never pass back to the other team. They're going to have this built-in advantage and they're going to win every time. And I think that is where we are now. Men are not taught game theory. They have to learn this. The problem is it's so sad. Many of them learn not before it's too late, but after it's too late. I remember I told another story in another one of my videos about a coworker of mine. His name was Wesley. He made the classic mistake. He got married in his 20s, divorced in his 30s. Now he's in his mid-40s, and now it's too late for him. He's paying child support. He'll be paying child support for another couple of years. He won't be able to start saving and get back on his feet for another at least 5 years or something. He didn't know. that he wasn't taught, that if something goes wrong, the woman is not going to share the resources in the marriage and equally give back. That in fact she's going to attempt to take everything, and that his good nature is going to be used against him. And that's exactly what happened, right? He's putting into the marriage, and then he's passing some of that wealth off to the woman. When it's time to split, she takes everything, he gets nothing, and it's just he's left holding the bag. So again, we understand MGTOWs. I think also in the wider manosphere, men understand that the laws are not on their side. Number one. Number two, we also realize that the cultural values are not on our side. So the society, right? But I think what men need to also realize is that they have improper thinking. I don't know what else to call it. Their mindset is incorrect. They do not have the proper mindset. They do not. They have not internalized the idea of game theory in their dealings with women. And so what ends up happening is these men, they get run over. They encounter these women, and the women are just like, gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, let's go on a date. Okay, the man pays. Gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, okay, it's Valentine's Day. By the way, today's Valentine's Day. Or I guess, in the community we call it International Mgtow Day, but whatever. If Valentine's Day is a perfect example. Valentine's Day is just one big, gimme, 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 gimme. The women are just, gimme, gimme. What did you get me? Did you get me flowers? Where's my chocolates? I want a teddy bear. Do women reciprocate and get the man something? No. No. I mean, there's sort of this like inside, there's like inside cultural joke that, if you don't get her this stuff, she puts you in the doghouse, right? Which is, the proverbial, it's, insinuating that she won't give you access to sex. But, that's simp thinking. No. Sex is mando. That's mandatory. If she doesn't give you sex, you throw her ass out on the street. There's none of this, you better get me some candies and some real nice ones or you're going to be in the doghouse. No, she's in the doghouse. Literally. It's in the street, in the gutter. You don't even put her in a position where she can do that to you. And that's because she has, I don't want to call it the proper thinking, but she has the mindset of looking out for herself, being a lord. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Nietzsche. Nietzsche, the German philosopher. He talked about how there can be dual. I think he called it like the slave morality versus master morality, and he talks about how a slave, someone who's raised up to be a slave, will have a certain morality, and that morality will be to give of themselves, to always help, to not be selfish. But the master morality is the exact opposite. The master is taught to take and take and take, essentially to use people if the people let them. And I think that's exactly what's going on. Men are taught to give of themselves. Women are taught to take everything in sight. And what we need to do is we either need to balance this out, or at the very least we need to balance this out, where there's both a give and take between men and women if we truly want to be happy with each other. But I don't see that being the case right now. The way I see it is they're at war with us right now. They are not happy with what they have. They want it all. They want it all. They even openly say that. They want it all. Even though no one can have it all, but they want it all. And really what that means is, especially the cultural Marxists, the feminists, the communists, the leftists, they want to dispossess men of everything in society. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if in the future, feminists openly call for taking away, men's right to vote. Can you imagine that? Losing the right to vote because you gave the right to vote to a class of people who didn't have it? Stranger things have happened. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. To recap, I was thinking about the advantages, and just quickly, if I can cover this just quickly, we all know the advantages that men have. Men are, bigger, stronger, taller. We have more tensile strength in our muscles. The average man after puberty develops somewhere between like 5 or 6 IQ points higher than the average female. Are there exceptions to that rule? Yes, but that is the rule. And remember, the exceptions prove the rule. Men, we're a sexually dimorphic species, right? And so men are typically bigger, and we still do live in a physical world, and so in a physical world, it does pay off to have physical prowess. Yeah, so we know about the advantages men have, but I think there's this one aspect of the advantages that women have that are not spoken about. We know about the law, we know about the culture, but what men I think need to know, and I think what Mgtow is I don't know what you want to call it, a beachhead. It's this Mgtow is this tip of the spear in this philosophy. We need to start teaching men that they need to adopt this this selfish mode of thinking. Essentially, they need to start thinking. They need to adopt game theory when it comes to dealing with women. It's a zero-sum game. The more power that a man has, the less power the woman is going to have. The more freedom you ensure for yourself, the less freedom that the woman can take from you. That's not nice to say, right? But it is true. There are some, uncomfortable truths about the things that Mgtow talks about, but they need to be spoken about if you want to have a good life. And I want men to have a good life, and I want to have a good life. So anyway, just to finish, I think that men need to learn how to think properly. And I don't know yet what to call it, but it's something along that vein. Women are taught from an early age about game theory, about to make sure you get the bag. You get that bag, girl. You go for what you want. Men are purposely taught to be nice and to share, and women and children first. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You get the bag. You do what's good for you. They'll call you names, let them call you names. If they absolutely push you on the issue, you tell it to them straight, just like I'm telling you guys. Listen, you women, you're going for what you want, I can go for what I want. If you got a problem with that, call the police. And you tell the police that I'm not allowed to succeed. I'm not allowed to compete. I'm not allowed to do what I want. The women won't know what to do, frankly. Anyway, yeah. If you guys like the video, please thumbs up, please like, please subscribe, and you guys have a good rest of your evening. All right, bye now. Mgtow out.